Okay, now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Kay Olson, who is the president of Wisconsin Gold Star Mothers. Please welcome her.
I have to get my daily hug every day from Dennis. It just kind of starts my day out, you know. I'd like to say good morning and thank you for inviting me to speak on behalf of the American Gold Star Mothers. But first I want to say what an awesome group of veterans, Vietnam and all our veterans. To be associated with all of you can take a person's breath away. And I am very humbled by being here, so thank you very much. When you become a Gold Star mother, it starts like this. I am sorry to tell you, your son, Marine Sergeant Andy Stevens, was killed in Iraq on December 1st, 2005. You will never forget that moment. And then as time passes, you'll find out about this awesome group called the American Gold Star Mothers. American Gold Star Mothers are whose sons and daughters served and died while serving in their country either during war or conflict. The name American Gold Star Mothers derived from the custom of military families service, and they would display a flag in their window. The flag featured a blue star for each member of the family serving in the armed forces. This is a flag that was flown in my mom and dad's home because I was in the service and so was my son Andy. When your son or daughter is killed or died in the line of service, it is replaced with a gold star. I have one just like this that is now flying in is in my window hanging all the time. In 1918, the American Gold Star Mothers Group was founded by Grace Darling of Washington, D.C. Her son was killed in an aerial combat over France, August of 1918. Mrs. Seinbold was already volunteering services in the veterans' hospitals. After her son's death, she continued to work and also began organizing a group of women who had lost their sons or daughters in the war. The mothers did lots of volunteer work together, and they also served as a support group for each other. One day, or today, the membership for American Gold Star Mothers are those whose child has died or died of wounds in the line of duty served as the U.S. Armed Forces. The associate members are husbands, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. The American Gold Star Mother is a member of the advisory board for the Veterans Administration Voluntary Services. All of our American Gold Star Mothers throughout the United States provide many hours of volunteer work and personal service in all of our hospitals for veterans and for the veterans and their families in each community. On September 14, 1940, the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued a proclamation designating the last Sunday in September as American Gold Star Mother Day. The American Gold Star Mother conducts a service in Arlington National Cemetery where our Gold Star Mother lays a gold star wreath at the cemetery. Throughout the United States, all of the American Gold Star Mothers do some type of service or they attend a church of their choice. When I became an American Gold Star Mother, I met Elaine Flatten and Doris Debney, and I'm sure some of you out there remember those ladies. They were two of the most outstanding American Gold Star Mothers in the Eau Claire, Chippewa Valley area. As I understand, there were many Gold Star Mothers in our area for World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and for Vietnam. The Eau Claire chapter was quite large and very active in supporting their veterans, and also their family. Wearing white is a symbol which goes beyond mourning. It is a statement of peace, sacrifice, innocence, goodness, and this represents our children. Those are the attributes to our children's death. The American Gold Star mothers wear white. Our distinctive white hats with gold lettering and familiar signs are familiar signs at parades, other events honoring our veterans. Wearing white also keeps the dignity and the reverence due our sons and daughters. When I was in the military, I became a casualty assistance officer. I had to go to this family and tell them about the loss of their son at the age of 25. He had a massive heart attack on a treadmill in Bosnia, and there was nothing anyone could do to save him. I then spent the next 6 weeks with that family until all of the ceremonies and paperwork was completed. It was the hardest thing I had to do. Well, I thought I had to do until Andy was killed. Life changes. You then look at life a whole lot different. I hope by talking about the experience in my son and telling the story about the American Gold Star mothers gives you a little idea of what happens with us. I'm an American Gold Star mother. I'm retired from the Army of 26 years. I active duty, I'm a mother, and I'm a wife. I'm the president of the State of Wisconsin American Gold Star Mothers. I'm also the president for the Eau Claire chapter of Gold Star Mothers. I belong to the Wisconsin Veterans Home, Chippewa Falls, the Veterans Assistance Center, Chippewa Falls, the Toma VA-VS, which is the Volunteer Services, American Legion and Auxiliary, the Retired Enlisted Association and Auxiliary, the Wisconsin National Guard and Auxiliary, excuse me, Patriot Council Vice President, Purple Heart, and the Eau Claire Chapter Veterans Council. Excuse me. My son was 29 years old. He was killed in Iraq. There was 10 Marines killed and 11 injured that day. We have 74 years of service between Andy, myself, and Andy's stepdad, my husband John. I want to say thank you to all the veterans here today and honor you who served in the United States Armed Forces of the United States, both in wartime and in peace. May the good Lord grant you peace, health, and grace. Thank you for letting me tell you the story about the American Gold Star mothers and my son, Marine Sergeant Andy Stevens. And God bless everybody.